Hey there, Jon Chorba here from ReallyEasyGuitarLessons.com, and in this video lesson, I'm going to show you 9 ways to play a C major chord on the guitar. So this is a little bit of a fretboard and navigation exercise, being able to locate all the different spots that are commonly used to play a C chord. So whether you are brand new and have never done anything on guitar before ever, this is great because I'm going to show you a stupid simple version of a C. And if you have some experience, but you want to find some different ways to play a C chord, well, I'm going to show you 9 different ones. Let's jump in and get started. All right, let's start with what I refer to as the stupid simple version of a C. So first, all C major chords are going to have 3 notes in it. They're going to have the notes C, E, and G. C is referred to as the root note, E is the 3rd, and G is the 5th. You don't necessarily have to know that, but it's useful, and it's useful information to have in your back pocket. So stupid simple version is going to be from the G string to the E string. I'm going to play the open G, the 1st fret of the B, and the open E string. Okay, that's a G, that's a C, that's an E. C, E, and G are represented. Therefore, those 3 notes at the same time equal a C major chord. And that's the first way we're going to look at doing it. You can't get any easier than that. 1 finger, 3 strings, C major chord. All right, the next, though, is the most common version of it. It's the open position C. So this is going to be the 3rd fret of the A string with your ring finger, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D, open G, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, and then open E. Play from the C string down. Sorry, C string down. Play from the A string down on the note C, and you'll get yourself a C chord. That's a C, that's an E, that's a G, C again, and E. All right, getting into a little more advanced stuff here. We're going to do some bar chords. The next version of a C is going to be the 3rd fret of the A string, and then my ring finger is going to hold down the 5th fret of the D, G, and B. So I'm only playing from the A string to the B string. This, using 1 finger to hold down multiple strings, is called the bar technique. Okay, and this can be tricky, so if you can't get it right away, if you're brand new, then, you know, it's okay. This is difficult, but again, worth knowing. All right, so there's my C. That note's a G, I got a C again, and then the B string is my E. That's a very common bar chord shape. And then the next one is built off of that. It's a triad shape. It's really just the 3 notes that I'm playing on the 5th fret, which you can either look at as with your 1st finger or with your ring finger. But those 3 notes, G, C, and E, they make up a C chord. So whether you look at it as a bar chord or a triad shape, right, this one just sounds a little more full. So if you're playing rhythm guitar, that's useful, but this shape, being able to locate it just as a little shape, useful for lead guitar applications. And another little triad shape, kind of in the same spot, 3rd fret of the E, 5th fret of the B, and 5th fret of the G. Okay, another little triad shape. That's a C, that's my E, that's my G. Okay. That's useful, again, for some lead guitar stuff. You can pick through it. If you're playing with another guitar player, maybe the other guitar player is playing, you know, the standard open C and strumming. You could come down here and do some picking on that. And again, also for like learning some scales and improvising, knowing how to locate the triad shapes is extremely useful in like that context of improvising. So worth knowing. And then for the 6th way, we're going to come down here and do a bar chord. Hold down the 8th fret, all the strings with your index finger. And then your ring and your pinky are on the 10th fret of the D and the G, or A and the D, respectively. And your middle finger is on the G string of the 9th fret. Okay, so that's a C 6-string major bar chord. And then the next way is going to be the same notes, but a different shape that I refer to as the Hendrix shape, okay? So now here we're going to take the 8th fret of the B, the 9th fret of the G, and the 10th fret of the D, index, middle, ring, and I'm going to use my thumb to play that 8th fret of the E string. And when I do that, I'm letting my finger touch the A string, so the A string's muted. Okay, so if you study any Jimi Hendrix stuff or anybody that was heavily influenced by Hendrix, like such as John Mayer, John Frusciante, Mike McCready, Stevie Ray Vaughan, a lot of people will play their bar chords like this for various reasons. So it's a shape that's useful to know, but it's the same idea as the bar chord, just done differently. And then also the eighth way of doing it is also built off of this bar chord. It's a triad fragment of the 9th fret of the G string and then the 8th fret of the B and the E. Okay, just the little butt end of that. Again, useful for lead guitar contexts. When you get into improvising, again, a useful shape to be aware of, and then knowing that it's done here, it's a C. And the last one is also a triad shape. It's the D shape, 12th fret of the G, 13th fret of the B, and 12th fret of the E. It's actually, if you go back to the beginning when we did the stupid simple version, it's the same idea, just done higher, right? Up here it was G, C, and E. Well, down here it's G, C, and E. It's just there's no open strings involved. Okay, so like these triad shapes, the ones I showed you here at the 5th and 3rd fret, and then here at the 9th and 8th fret, and then here at the 12th and 13th fret. Just doing some of this, moving between the shapes, right? It gets you to locate where you can play a C chord. And again, if you're on the newer side, that may not be super useful, but if you have some experience and again, you're wanting to get into improvising or making, songwriting sound, the songs you're writing sound more interesting, using these different variations, these different inversions could be the path for you to do that. So what I recommend you do is just go and through each one of those shapes, commit them to memory, and then once you kind of get them all, try to play them all, one at a time, back to back, go through all the different versions. Right, you don't have to necessarily do them in the order that I instructed. You can mix and match and do them however. It's just getting good at locating where all the C chords are on the guitar, right? You could do them on the high strings. Oh, so that was wrong. You do them on the high strings or whatever, right? So being able to find these chords quickly is one of the most useful skills that you can learn. I guarantee you will not regret it if you sit down and learn it. All right, that's it for this video lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.